Nick Hijazi, the founder of the Mendez Cartel, here with
the co-founder.
Another day on the bulk. Guys, today's a rest and recovery day. As you know, on rest and recovery days, what I do is answer comments from my YouTube videos. So if you've got any good questions, put them in the comment section of any of my YouTube videos, and I'll answer those comments on rest day like we're doing today. Today was a very simple day, guys. I did some abs and cardio, as you can see on the screen right now. Before we get into answering the questions, guys, I've just released a new program, the Advanced Bro Split, inside my community. Join my community to gain full access to that program and all my other programs, as well as 24/7 support from me and the co-founder. And if you're interested in one-to-one coaching, go to my Instagram, link in the description, and DM us Cartel. All right, people, let's get to it. What is the first question? First question is, hey Nick. First question is from Jay Smolak 1634. Hey Nick, I've been training for a year and a half. I'm at 18% body fat. Should I keep bulking? I'm 5'9", 175 pounds. I'll let the co-founder take this one. All right,
brother. How are you, man? Thanks for the question, first of all. Okay, so first of all, man, I quickly want to touch on something. This is like, you mentioned you're 18% body fat, and my question is, how the fuck do you know you're 18% body fat? Because a lot of people just go and say they are like they have this body fat percentage when it's not accurate at all. Like they haven't invented the first machine that can tell you accurately how much body fat you have. A lot of people have these electronic weighing scales that tell you a number, but this is so inaccurate. Like if you can literally try it out. Like you can weigh yourself, drink a liter of water, and you'll see the number changes. So first of all, brother, don't focus on the body fat percentage. This is a variable or a number that a lot of people in the fitness industry focus on, and it's irrelevant. This number is irrelevant. And to answer the rest of the question, so brother, if you've been bulking for a year and a half and you feel like you're fat, like if you look at yourself to the mirror and you see yourself fat, then it might be time to do a little cut. You can do a 10-week, clean up a little bit, and hop on that bulk again. Since you've only been training for 1 year and a half, you don't need to be cutting that often, man. The first years of training need to always be bulking. I think this is a mistake I did in my first years of training, which was like I always wanted to be lean. I wanted to be lean. I wanted to be lean, and this is what held me back from making the real progress, which is getting strong and adding muscle tissue, which is the hardest thing in this business, to add muscle tissue. So yeah, bro, if you look at yourself in the mirror and you're really fat, then you can try to attempt like an 8 to 10 week cut where you drop 10 to 20 pounds. You say you're 5'9" and 175 pounds. You're not fat at all, bro. At 5'9" and 175 pounds,
yeah.
Trust me, you're not that fat. You can push it a little bit. But if you want to trim a little bit, you can go down to the low 160s and then hop back on a surplus again.
Yeah.
So yeah, man.
Yeah, that's a great answer. Just to expand on that a little bit, I agree, bro. First of all, you don't know what your body fat percentage is unless you get a DEXA scan, and even a DEXA scan is inaccurate. It's very hard unless they kill you and literally weigh out your fat when you're dead. That's the only way you can actually get an accurate measure of your body fat. It's actually impossible to know your exact body fat. So, bro, it all comes down to how you look in the mirror. It all comes down to your physique. Judge it off look, judge it off the eye test, judge it off your physique. If you're really fat, then cut. And look in the mirror. Don't look at the scan or the weight or your weight. Look in the mirror. And if you're really fat, then most likely you want to cut. But like Juan said, you want to maximize being in a surplus as much as you possibly can in your training career. And when you're 5'9", 175 pounds, that's not that heavy. Those numbers tell me that you probably can bulk a little bit more. If you're only 5'9", 175 pounds, like I'm 5'9", and I'm only, well, I'm not really 5'9", but I say I'm 5'9". I'm like 5'8". I'm 5'8", like 200, and I weighed myself this morning, 218 pounds, 5'9", 218. So that's heavy. That's what you'd call heavy for like 5'8", 5'9". And I've still got a little bit of room left to bulk left in me. So if you're 5'9", 175, then You probably still got more room to bulk, but it's hard to say. We'd have to judge it off the physique pictures, bro. But great question. We appreciate it, brother. We really appreciate the question. All right, next question is from KFSK3RN. Is it possible to gain strength on a cut? You take this, bro.
Hey, so brother, the likelihood is that during a cut you're not gonna gain much strength. Obviously, if you're a beginner lifter, like if you're in your first 6 months of lifting or first year, you can gain a little bit of strength, but that shouldn't be the main priority. I think people want to do everything at the same time, but that's not how this works. You know, like you're either in a surplus gaining strength, or you're in a deficit losing fat and trying to hold as much strength as possible. When you're cutting, the number one priority, rather than increasing strength, it should be to hold as much as you can. Hold as much as you can. And then eventually, when you hop back on a surplus, then since you held so much strength, you'll be stronger at a lower body weight, which should be always the goal. But don't try to do everything at the same time. If you're cutting, you should be focused on losing fat and not getting stronger. Obviously, you want to hold your strength, but that shouldn't be the main priority.
Yeah, 100% agree. Don't try and do two things at once. When you're a newbie lifter, you're a beginner gains. Yes, technically you can gain strength on a cut. If you've only been lifting, you're a new lifter, you're a beginner lifter, or a newbie. Yeah, you can gain strength on a cut. But if you've been lifting for a while, like we have, it's impossible. You can't bulk and you can't gain strength on a cut. Impossible. You are guaranteed to lose strength on a cut. My peak bulk strength is impossible to have on a cut. If I get down to like 180 pounds on a cut and my peak bulk is like 230, I'm going to be nowhere near as strong as I was when I was 230 peak bulk compared to 180 on a cut. It's impossible. It is impossible. Anyone that tells you you can build strength on a cut is either a newbie or a beginner, or just chatting.
Or they're trying to scam you.
Yeah. Or they're talking absolute shit, and they're trying to sell you bullshit, and they're trying to scam you. You cannot do both at the same time. You have to do one or the other. Look at where you're at and make the decision. Are you skinny? Have you got room to bulk? Then bulk up, gain strength. You're going to add a little bit of fat, build that muscle tissue, and then cut and try and maintain that strength as best as possible. Don't try and do two things at once. Pick a route. Otherwise, you're going to be going around in circles your whole lifting career. Okay? Great question, though. All right, last question. Only 3 questions today. Last question is a good question. I actually get a similar kind of question to this quite a lot. From Eddie Jones, 5650. What is your ideal rep range for size and strength? You go ahead, bro.
Okay, bro. So the ideal rep range, I think a lot of people get stuck in the ideal rep range, and in my opinion, you have to be open to do everything. You have to do the low reppers, you have to do the singles, the doubles, the triples, the sets of 5, sets of 10, sets of 20. There's people who even do sets of 30. For example, I remember there's really good natty guy called Doug Miller. This guy does leg presses of 40 reps. But he also does the singles and the doubles and the triples. So don't get stuck with an ideal rep range. Try to do everything, Normally, what people do, what Nick and I do, is reverse pyramid training. What is reverse pyramid training? When your first set is really heavy, so you can do like 3 to 6 reps, and then for your backup sets, you can go slightly higher rep from 10 to 15 reps. But yeah, don't get stuck in a single number. Try to play around with everything, with all the rep ranges, because everything works. Don't get stuck to a single number. Like, there's not a magic number. This doesn't work like this. Like, your bicep won't know, like, yeah, I did 12 reps. No, that's not how it works. Your muscles understand tension, not reps. So try to work with everything.
Absolutely. The most important thing is training to failure. That's the most important thing, is training to failure. If you told us all you can do for the rest of your life are sets of 20 reps, we could still build loads of muscle. If you told us all you can do for the rest of your life is sets of 5 reps, we would still build loads of muscle. because we would do those sets of 5 to failure. We'd do those sets of 20 to failure. It's not the rep range. You can build muscle in the 20 to 30 rep range. As high as that sounds, you can still build muscle in that rep range. You can do crazy sets on the leg press of 20 plus reps to failure. You're telling me that's not going to build you muscle? Of course it is. Or you could do a heavy set of 5 on the leg press, or squats, or incline dumbbells, or incline bench. And if you do that set to failure, that's going to build you muscle as well. Even if you do 1 rep, if you're doing 1 rep, a heavy 1 rep max, and it's executed well, and you're controlling the negative, that's going to build muscle. If you told us all you can do for the rest of your life is 1 rep on every exercise, you could still build muscle. You could do it like a slow 10-second eccentric, and you could still build muscle doing 1 rep. You can build muscle 1 rep, 10 rep, 20 rep, 30 rep. Mike O'Hearn talks about this. You can build muscle on every rep range, but Mike O'Hearn does the heaviest weight he can for that rep range. So there's no, Mike O'Hearn never goes light. We don't go light. We go as heavy as we can for that rep range. So if we're doing 30 reps, we're doing a weight as heavy as we possibly can for that 30 reps. So we're going to hit failure around 30 reps. The same for 20 reps, same for 10 reps, same for 5 reps, same for 1 rep. The rep range is not that important. It's how you execute that within the rep range, training to failure and making sure you control the weight with good form. That's the most important thing. So there's no best rep range. No matter what anyone tells you, oh, you got to do 10 to 12 reps. Complete bullshit. It's not about doing 10 to 12. 10 to 12, this magical 10 to 12 zone where everyone is the most anabolic. Complete rubbish. There is no best rep range, okay, brother? But great question. We truly appreciate it. That's the video, guys. Nick Hajazi, the founder of the Mendez Cartel, here with the co-founder. We truly appreciate it, guys. Guys, if you want to get in great shape naturally, if you want full access to all our training programs, join the Mendez Cartel. Link in the description. And if you want one-to-one coaching with both of us, then go to my Instagram, link in the description, and DM us Cartel. We'll both get you started, get you set up, and get you in the best shape of your life. All right, guys, we appreciate it. Let's quickly do the thumbnail before we sign off, bro. Got to do a quick thumbnail. We've got to do a quick thumbnail. All right, thumbnail done. Thank you very much, guys. Subscribe to this channel. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok. And as always, Nick Hajazi, the founder of the Mendez Cartel, here with the
co-founder.
And as always, long live King Charles III. And God bless Sir Winston Churchill.